There is a reason why so many people work hard, study, make plans, and still remain stuck in the same place. And that reason is not a lack of intelligence, luck, or opportunities. The real obstacle is usually hidden in a place that most people never learn to observe, within their own minds. Because the life you live today is the result of the decisions you made yesterday. And the decisions you make are a consequence of what you believe to be true. Many people spend years trying to change their results without realizing that results are only reflections of something much deeper. Before you can change your life, you must change what is directing your life. And that begins in your mind. Almost everyone desires prosperity. Almost everyone wants a better life. Almost everyone wants financial freedom, health, peace, and fulfillment. But if desire were enough, everyone would already be living their dreams. The problem is not desire. The problem is the internal conflict. One part of a person says they want to grow. Another part continues feeding thoughts of fear, doubt, and limitation. And when internal conflict exists, the mind cannot move forward. It remains stuck between what it desires and what it believes. And in the end, what you believe always wins. Most people do not realize that they are programming their minds every single day. Every repeated thought. Every phrase spoken to themselves. Every interpretation of life's events. All of it accumulates, and the mind records it. It learns through repetition. If you repeat failure, it learns failure. If you repeat fear, it learns fear. If you repeat confidence, it learns confidence. The mind is like fertile ground. It does not choose the seeds. It simply cultivates whatever it receives consistently. That is why the most important question is not, what do you want? But rather, what are you repeating every day? Two people can experience similar situations and see completely different realities. One sees obstacles. The other sees opportunities. One sees rejection. The other sees learning. What changes is not the world. What changes is the mental lens. Your brain filters information all the time. It looks for evidence to confirm what you already believe. That is why someone who believes they never succeed finds proof of it. And someone who believes they can grow also finds evidence. The mind is always seeking to confirm its programming. And that is exactly why changing your thoughts changes your perceptions. And changing your perceptions changes your destiny. There is something even more powerful than thoughts. Identity. The way you define yourself. Because you will always act according to who you believe you are. A person who sees themselves as disciplined tends to act with discipline. A person who sees themselves as defeated tends to act defeated. Behavior is born from identity. And results are born from behavior. That is why it is not enough to simply try to act differently. You must begin to see yourself differently. Every true transformation begins when your identity changes. Many people wait to feel confident before they take action. But confidence rarely appears before action. It comes afterward. First you take the step. Then confidence grows. Waiting until you feel ready can become a prison. Because the mind will always find reasons to postpone. It will always find excuses. It will always create doubts. And those who wait for the perfect moment often remain exactly where they are. Progress belongs to those who move forward even without guarantees. Napoleon Hill spent years studying extraordinarily successful people. And he discovered something they all had in common. They were not necessarily more intelligent. But they possessed one powerful trait. Clarity. They knew exactly what they wanted. While most people spend their lives reacting to circumstances, they lived guided by clearly defined goals. The mind works best when it is given direction. Without direction there is distraction. With direction there is focus. And focus produces results. Everything you repeat eventually becomes automatic. At first there is effort. Then there is adaptation. Finally there is habit. The problem is that many people have developed negative mental habits without realizing it. They complain automatically. They doubt automatically. They give up automatically. But just as a habit was created, it can also be replaced. This is one of the greatest truths about personal growth. Nothing has to remain the same forever. Every change creates resistance. That is natural. When you try to establish a new pattern, the mind seeks to return to what is familiar. Even if what is familiar is harmful. Because the brain values familiarity. That is why so many people start with enthusiasm and quit a few days later. Not because they are incapable, but because they mistake resistance for inability. Resistance is not a sign to quit. It is a sign that something is being transformed. Every form of growth requires discomfort. A muscle grows after effort. The mind grows through challenges. Confidence grows through difficult experiences. No one develops strength by remaining forever in their comfort zone. Discomfort is not the enemy of progress. It is part of the process. Once you understand this, you stop running from difficulties, and you begin to use them as stepping stones. The words you use have more power than you realize, because words create images. Images create emotions, and emotions influence decisions. Those who constantly repeat negative phrases strengthen negative emotions. Those who choose empowering words strengthen empowering emotions. That is why it is important to observe your inner dialogue. Are you building yourself up or tearing yourself down with the things you say? Great athletes use visualization. Entrepreneurs use visualization. High performers use visualization, because the mind responds strongly to mental images. When you clearly visualize a goal already achieved, you create emotional familiarity with that outcome. And what once seemed impossible begins to feel possible. Visualization does not replace action, but it strengthens the direction of action. Success is rarely born from massive actions. More often, it is built through small actions repeated consistently. One decision a day, one improvement a day, one step a day. Consistency will always outperform temporary intensity, because it is not what you do once that defines your future. It is what you do repeatedly. Your environment influences your thoughts, the people you listen to, the content you consume, the conversations you engage in. All of these shape your mental programming. If you surround yourself with negativity, negativity grows. If you surround yourself with growth, growth becomes stronger. That is why protecting your mind is a daily responsibility. There comes a moment when every transformation begins. A decision, not an attempt, not a wish, a genuine decision. A decision creates commitment, and commitment changes behavior. Every great personal transformation in history began exactly this way, with a firm decision. Perhaps the most important question is not, what do I want to achieve? But rather, who do I need to become to achieve it? Because results are consequences. First comes the person, then come the achievements. When you grow internally, the external world begins to follow. Many people see discipline as a form of imprisonment, but the truth is the opposite. Discipline creates freedom. It frees you from procrastination, from indecision, from dependence on motivation. When discipline takes control, your results no longer depend on how you feel that day. Your future reality is being built right now, through the thoughts you choose to nurture, through the actions you choose to repeat, through the decisions you choose to make. Tomorrow does not appear out of nowhere. It is born from the choices you make today. And every choice is shaping the person you are becoming. There comes a point when you must stop negotiating with yourself. Stop going back on your decisions. Stop abandoning what you have chosen to build. Because every time you honor your own word, you strengthen your identity. And a strong identity creates a strong life. The truth is simple. You possess more power than you realize. But that power remains dormant as long as your mind is not under your direction. Change begins when you take ownership of your life. When you choose your thoughts. When you choose your actions. When you choose your identity. And then something extraordinary happens. You stop living by accident. And you begin living by design. From that moment forward, your mind is no longer a barrier. It becomes the most powerful tool you have to create the future you truly desire. Powerful exercise. Reprogram your mind in 7 minutes. I want you to practice this exercise for the next 21 days. It may seem simple, but it can begin to change the way your mind operates. Step 1. Write your new identity. 2 minutes. Take a piece of paper and complete this sentence. Starting today, I am a person who. Examples. I am a disciplined person. I am a person who finishes what they start. I am a person focused on prosperity. I am a confident and determined person. I am a person who creates opportunities. Write down only one primary identity you want to develop. Step 2. Visualization. 2 minutes. Close your eyes. Imagine the version of yourself who is already living this new identity. Observe. How do you speak? How do you walk? How do you react to problems? How do you make decisions? What does your daily routine look like? Feel as if this version of you already exists right now. Do not visualize only the result. Visualize the person who achieved the result. Step 3. Power declaration. 1 minute. Repeat out loud 10 times. My mind works in my favor. Every day, I am becoming a stronger, more disciplined, and better prepared version of myself. Say it with emotion. Emotion accelerates mental programming. Step 4. Immediate action. 1 minute. Ask yourself, what is the smallest action my new identity would take today? Could be, read 5 pages, exercise for 10 minutes, study for 15 minutes, organize an important task, take the first step on a project. Then do that action immediately. No negotiating. No postponing. Step 5. Final commitment. 1 minute. Before going to bed, right? Did I honor my new identity today? If yes, mark heavy check mark. If not, marked. Your goal is to accumulate 21 victory marks. Because success is not built in a single day. It is built when you repeat the same direction long enough for your mind to accept this new version of yourself as real. Challenge for the viewer. Write in the comments. For the next 21 days, I will take control of my mind. And come back every day to remind yourself that transformation begins when you stop obeying your old patterns and start obeying your purpose. Before you leave this video, make a choice. You can continue living the same way, repeating the same thoughts, the same habits, and the same results. Or you can decide, right now, to take control of your mind and begin building a new reality. If you choose change, write in the comments. I take control of my mind. Write it with conviction. Write it as a commitment to the person you have decided to become. And if this video spoke to you, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Because here, you will find more than temporary motivation. You will find principles that can transform the way you think, act, and build your future. Remember, the life you desire already exists. What is missing is the version of you capable of achieving it. So don't wait until tomorrow. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait until you feel ready. Decide. Persist. Because the moment your mind begins to follow your command, the impossible stops being a barrier and starts becoming inevitable. I'll see you in the next video. And never forget, those who master their minds, master their destiny.